Hi everybody, in this video we're going to be going through the andRE lab, which is a medium difficulty reverse engineering lab on BTLO. Now, just to start off, I've never done any kind of Android reverse engineering before, and reverse engineering in general is one of my weaknesses, so this may be a bit of a messy video, but we're going to go through and we're going to solve it together. The scenario text reads, company phone was spied on. Customer care employee installed an untrusted APK from a phishing link. The CEO requested the cybersecurity team for a detailed analysis. Malicious APK and necessary tools were kept on the desktop. We can see here in the tools, we have APK tool, small I or smally, Java, D2J, JD GUI, Unicode, Google Translate, and some different MITRE attack techniques. So what we'll do is we'll just take a quick look at what these are. So we have phishing, which makes sense because we saw that in the scenario here. We've actually got the same one twice, so we don't need to look at that one. We have got remote access software. And we have this sub-technique, which is exfiltration over unencrypted non-C2 protocol. Perfect. So we've got Google Translate open ready. As we were told, we're going to need it here. And what we're going to do is we're going to jump into the lab and I'm going to attempt to do this. So let's have a look. So we have the malicious APK here, which is trusted by world.apk. I'm going to move that to the desktop just so that if we need any command line tools, I don't need to move them into the malicious APK folder. We have dex2jar. We have JD GUI, which is here. It's already out of the folder. So we don't need that. Oh no, we do need that. We have a note here which says to run jdgui.sh to start the JD GUI tool. So I guess we'll get this open. So we need to move to the desktop and run this. JD GUI. Okay, Java decompiler. Let's see, can we put the file in? Okay, it doesn't like APKs. That's fine. We'll leave that open for now. Don't need that anymore. So we have, what was it? dex2jar. dex2jar. Let's see what this does. Tools to work with dex and java.class files. Okay, example usage, give it an APK and it will give you back a .jar. So I guess we will try this. So this terminal is now hung because it's running that program for us. So we'll get another one. Move back to the desktop. And then we're going to need to go into dex2jar. And then the command is d2j dex2jar. I think it was that, dex2jar. .sh -f. We need to jump up a level. Trusted world APK. Let's see what this does. What went wrong? What went wrong? What went wrong here? Let's just take a look at this again. What did I do? d2j dex2jar.sh. Yep. -f. Path to APK to decompile. Oh no, maybe it did work. So we're just looking for the. Did it get dropped in here? Ah, here we go. This is what we want, I believe. So let's pull that up there, and then maybe we can actually pull this into here now. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Cool. And then what else did we have? We also had APK tool. Don't remember seeing that anywhere here. So maybe... Right, okay. What does this do? Re-engineering Android APK files. Da, 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 da. How have we got any examples here? How do I... APK tool D and then the file. Okay, so if we jump up, APK tool D and then trusted by world.apk. Okay, we've got a directory. Oh, okay, this looks the same as, where has it gone? This one. Okay, here we go. Okay, cool. I guess it's just another way for us to look at stuff. So I think that's all the tools. We've used that. We've seen these files somewhere. Oh, yeah, that's where we were. D2J, we've used that. JDGUI, we've used that. Okay, cool. So let's not close the lab. We have accidentally closed it. Let's have a look at the questions then. So question 1, language present in the code apart from English. Let's just take a look at a few of these. After installation of the APK, a message appears. What is the message in English? Name of the service used for location. I mean, we can see here we've got this Badu dot location. So, I mean, this is stuff to do with location. So what if we just have a quick look for this? Okay, China, interesting. That could be relevant later on. Some kind of package for getting a location. So, I mean, this looks like the answer to that question already. So where was it? The name of the service used for location. I'm going to put in Badu. So that's one. I'm not really sure if these questions are supposed to flow into each other because they do seem a bit all over the place, which I guess is good because it means we can kind of solve them however we want. And I'm definitely going to be in favor of starting with the easy ones because I do not know what I'm doing with this lab. Some C2 IP imports, creating a new APK. Permissions related to SMS. I wonder, because we have these here in file, can I do something crazy? Is it locate or is it find? Find. Find. What's something that's going to be easy to just rip out permission? We've got 2 questions on permissions. So permission. I don't know what the syntax is for this. I don't think this is what I'm looking for. Oh, okay. All right. We're not going to do it that way. That was going to be quite a cheeky way to try and get some quick answers. But what we will do is try and take a look at this properly then. So we've got this Android support. I don't know if this is part of the actual Android app itself, which might not be. I think it might be. This is D2J. This might actually be stuff to do with the tool. Okay, let's leave that because I don't think we need to be looking at that. So we'll look at this com that already had the Badu location stuff in it, which is already interesting. So Google XRAT. I mean, remember when we looked at the techniques, one of these was it this one? The first one was phishing, remote access software. So this seems more along the lines of what we're going to be looking at. So Google XRAT. We have these. That doesn't really have much in it. This, again, I'm not really sure what I'm looking at, so we're going to have to try and figure things out piece by piece, but nothing in there seems immediately interesting. Let's go to protocol. Okay, different Google XRAT packages that do different things. So contacts, file explorer, SMS. We did actually have some questions on SMS, if we can find them. Email data is stored in DB files. We don't have anything about email in here. Permissions related to SMS. I don't see anything to do with permissions in here. Just doing a control F. No, nothing for permissions. Okay, let's expand this V1 and see what we have. Check is start. Okay, we've got something here that maybe should be text. What is this? Main activity. Okay. Oh. .apk. We did have a question about a secondary. Here we go. Path and file name where an APK is creating a new APK. We do have that here. So we have /sdcards.qq/temp.apk. So let's see, because we can see it's doing output stream. So it's creating something. So let's try this and see if it works. .qq temp.apk. Nice. Okay, what else have we got in here then? Alert dialog, set message. We've got more of these characters that we saw before. And we did see on here, we do have Unicode characters. So that is what these could be. I'm not sure why they're not displaying correctly. Okay, so one thing we can do to check this is we have Cyberchef on the box. So we'll open this up. Oh, wait. I have a bad feeling this is going to be one of those tools that you can't copy out of. Let's find out. Right, okay, so this will be an issue because we can't control V, we can't right click copy. Let's jump back in here. We do have, if we go to this, so we know where this is. So here it's com, where's it gone? Com, V1, main activity. And then it was alert dialog.builder. Dialog. Is it this? Yeah, /u. Okay, so let's copy this into Cyberchef. And if this is, what is it? Unicode. Which one do we want? What does this do? Not what we want. Not what we want either. Definitely not what we want. What if, I mean, we can, what if we just do magic and make it intense? Let's see what it comes back with. Possible languages, Chinese, which kind of fits in the theme of the Baidu as well. Okay, so the first question is language present in the code apart from English. I mean, CyberChef is telling us that it's probably Chinese. So I'm going to go ahead and enter that. Oops. Okay, perfect. Did that work? I think it did work. I think it kind of just bugged out there. Yeah, it did. Okay, after installation of APK, a message appears. What is the message in English? Well, I'm going to assume it's this because we saw the alert dialog box. So if we go back here, alert dialog. So we are going to need to translate these, which means we need to do it off of the box because the box doesn't have internet. So what we need to do is jump back into CyberChef and copy this. It doesn't look like the clipboard is working today. So what we will do is we will do a very sneaky way to get it off the box. Is I'm going to take a screenshot on my host machine using snipping tool. And then we are going to find a image to text OCR. Let's see if this one works. So I'm just going to pop in. I need to save this file first. Okay. There you go. Just uploaded the file. Obviously, you couldn't see that. I don't think this is actually going to convert it to a file, so it doesn't really matter what we pick. We can close off this dex2jar GitHub because we've used that already. We're going to get spammed with adverts. Okay, so here's the Unicode we had before. Then we're going to do Unicode to text. Let's go for, I don't know, let's try this one. It's probably, this isn't really doing what we want, is it? That's not what I would expect to see. Let's try this one. I want to decode it. Okay, here we go. So we do have what appears to be Chinese characters, but then we can go Google Translate, paste that in, and here we go. There is an update for the application. Please click to install. So we'll copy that, and we will submit that for question 2. Nope. Do I need this dot maybe? Probably not. No, okay. There is an update for the application. Please click to install. Wonder why that's been flagged as wrong, unless the translation isn't perfect. There's an update for the application. Please click to install, which makes sense. That kind of ties in with the question. So, not sure why that answer is being marked as wrong. Just give it a quick refresh just in case. Okay, what we're going to do, we're going to leave that in there as a placeholder. We're going to come back to that towards the end to see. We don't have any extra characters at the start or end. So use Google Translate only, which we did. So from Chinese traditional into English. Let's just try copy this one more time. No. Okay, strange. All right, we'll leave that for now. Okay, what else do we have? Email data stored into DB files. So we're not going to need CyberChef anymore. We're not going to need that. I'm going back to main activity because we found quite a few things in here already. Okay, nothing else. Phone receiver. What is this doing? New outgoing call. Creating files. Have we got any questions about this? Submit the location at which recorded phone calls are stored. Oh, this is to do with phone outgoing call. And this mentions recorded phone calls. Okay, so we do have this new file created at /data/com.v1 record. Yeah, this seems to be it. So submit the location. So we're going to do data com.v1/.record. An app recorded the outgoing call of the victim. What is the prefix added to the recorded file while saving? And what is the extension? Well, the extension here looks like .amr. So we're just looking for the prefix. It's a string here. So that's that. Out underscore. Then the timestamp. Yeah, that seems like it. So should just be out underscore. Okay. What else have we got? Got a couple questions on permissions. I haven't seen anything to do with permissions yet. Okay, victim's phone folders and directory structure was saved to a file. Nothing in main. Phone receiver is to do with calls. Stream receiver. No idea. Stream service. Anything interesting? We've got an IP address. Looks like it's sending data to that. It's got a sleep. Could be C2. But I'm pretty sure these questions wanted IP and port. I don't see a port anywhere though. Public integer 1430. Could be that. Yeah, let's try that. So primary C2. I'm not sure how we're meant to discern between primary and secondary. So I guess we'll just try this one. What was it? 1430. Okay, let's try that for the secondary. Okay, so we just need to find the primary. Anything else in here interesting? Don't really think so. Oh, this is a very long file. Let's see what this stuff is at the bottom. Okay, very interesting choice of name there. Heartbeat kind of it can be used to refer to C2, so checking in. We did have a question that mentioned submit the intent responsible for updating the CNC. Well, we have here android.intent.action. So it seems like it's going to be this. So everybody's like, just say it, just say it. Oh, it's going to want the full thing, isn't it? So android.intent.action. There we go. Okay. So we've only actually got a few. Well, we've got more than a few. I want to look into this email data. It's stored in 2 DB files, but I haven't seen anything to do with email. That's to do with, this is to do with directories, which we had, was another question, right? Victims' phones, folders, and directory structure was saved to a file. This is to do with File Explorer, so maybe it's going to be something in here. Or maybe not. Okay. Let's go back here. So app, victim phone folders, directory structure. Okay, so let's carry on going through some of these. I guess we can look through some of these extra classes we haven't looked at yet. Just to see if we see anything interesting. That's the APK that we saw earlier that's created by this APK. Nothing interesting there. Nothing interesting there. Nope. No. Unfortunately, I'm sure if somebody has done Android reversing before or is just more familiar with Android apps in general, you guys probably be flying through this because you're actually going to know what all this structure is. Whereas unfortunately, because I don't, I am going to have to go through pretty much everything manually just to make sure I don't miss anything. But then I guess if you're also new to Android reversing, you're probably going to be doing the exact same thing as me. So we're in the same boat. I'm just trying to find anything that looks interesting that may be related to any of the questions that we've read. But so far, nothing here. Okay, so what else do we have? That's not going to be in any of these, is it? That's all going to be for that package. Huh. Okay. All right, well, let's leave that question. We'll go for something else. Let's go for SDK info, min SDK version. Let's go. So we do get some different files here. APK tool. Versions. I think that might be the versions of APK tool. So it's not important to us. Android manifest. We've got permissions and we've got intent. And obviously for intent, this is what we were looking at earlier for the command and control. But we do have permissions up here, and we did see 1 or 2 questions about permissions. Permissions related to SMS and permissions responsible to register service at startup. So let's go to the SMS one. We can see here we have read SMS and we have receive SMS. So if we, how does it want these? Just 1 and 1. Okay, so if we do android.permission receive SMS and then android.permission. What was it? Read SMS. And then this one, which was for permission responsible to register service at startup. I guess this might just be a bit of trial and error here as we work out which one. Probably mount, unmount file system, access provider, permission name, get tasks, change Wi-Fi, write settings, maybe that. Interact across users, record audio. I mean, this has got a lot of bad functionality, right? It can read your messages, can look at your Wi-Fi network, can record audio, can read all your contacts, can read who you've been calling, write to external storage, access location. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't want this on my phone. The only things here that I can really think of is probably, I don't think get tasks is going to give you the ability, what was it? The ability to run at startup. Write external storage, probably not. Receive boot completed. It's kind of the only thing we have here that's related to, you know, boot or startup. Read your browser history bookmarks. Okay, I'm going to go with receive boot completed. It's the only thing I can see that kind of sounds like it's to do with like a device startup. So android.permission receive boot completed. Okay, so we've got a few more to do. App used to check one file to check the memory usage. Okay, I don't know where we would find that. I don't really know where we'd find any of this, to be honest. So I'm actually quite surprised we've got this far. We have another C2 we need to find somewhere. It's not going to be in here, is it? Nope. Okay, well, we've already found something new by looking through the files that we didn't have before. So let's see what else we have. Config.dat. I mean, if that doesn't look like a C2, I'm not really sure what does. So we have 51, 37, 12, 73, port 1430, which is the same port as this other IP as well, which is interesting. So that was good. Let's just see what else we have. Nothing here. Okay. Lib. I don't know what this is. Lib lock SDK3. I'm going to leave that alone. Original Android manifest. Nothing there. But we looked at that a second ago anyway. Res. What is this? This is just... I don't know, maybe the UI for the app or something. Resources. Oh, yeah. Just different resources for the app, it looks like. What is this? This is the logo for the app. Code 4HK. Interesting. Maybe it might have been good to do a question around that, actually. You know, like what is in the app launcher image. Okay, it doesn't really seem to be anything else in there. We've got the smallies. And this is just what we've been looking at before. So I don't really think we're going to see anything extra in here. V1. We've looked at all of these before. Yeah, nothing. Nothing super interesting. So let's go back here. So what have we got left to answer? We have this one, which is still playing around, which I'm not really sure of. Why? Plus, because we have answer assistance as well. So if an answer is close enough to the expected answer, then we should get this correct. So I'm surprised that it hasn't given it to us because I'm not really sure how else this could be could be translated, and the actual message itself, you know, makes sense given the what the question is asking for. So and we use Google Translate as it asks. So I am unsure why this isn't going through. Oh, okay, strange. I'm just going to double check this just to make sure that it's functioning as expected, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so I've worked out the mistake that I've made. So basically what we did earlier, if we, where was this? This was in main activity, right? We saw these set messages. So I think what I've done is I've taken this one by accident when we were looking at the smally file. So I think I copied this one, right? There is two. If we can find the other one, what is it? Const string. Yeah, what I think I've done is I've taken the second one, which isn't the answer we're looking for. Oh, but there is only... Okay, we're going to run through this again quickly just to make sure. So what we're going to do is I'm going to leave that there. Just going to use snipping tool on my host to grab this. I don't know if we need to escape these or if it should be okay. So I'm just going to save this to my machine as a screenshot. And then we are going to... Let's just double check if I've got the same thing. Yeah, are there any others of these? So this is, what is it? Alert dialog. Because what we see in JD GUI is we see two of these different set messages, and we want this first one because this is what it will return, and then this is what happens if it errors out, I think. So we're looking for this one, but for some reason in this file, I can only find this one, which is the one we did copy out last time. So it ends in U3002. U3002. We know that this isn't the right answer. So there should be one more of these. I mean, that one looks too short to be anything. Strange. Okay, so that's the one. Unless... Oh, what if it's not Chinese traditional? Because there's multiple ones, right? Chinese simplified. Wait, so there is an update for the application. No, they say the same thing. There is an update for the application. Please click to install. I wonder if the translation, because we're asked to use Google Translate. Like, what if we try a different translate? Let's just do it in here and see. Swap those rounds to English. I know this is still... There is an update for the application. Please click to install. Okay, let's try something else. Chinese from translate. Chinese to English. The application has been updated. This is different, right? There is an update for the application versus the application has been updated. So either Google is wrong or this one is wrong, but let's find out. Oh, okay, very, very interesting. So for some reason, Google is translating it to what is essentially a completely different sentence. So this one on DeepL says the application has been updated. Please click to install. But this one says there is an update for the application. Please click to install. So we have a change in the first part of the sentence. And it seems like Google Translate actually isn't what we need to answer the question. So we can get that fixed. Okay, so we are missing 4 more questions. Let's try and get through these as quickly as we can. Submit SDK info, min SDK version. I mean, I haven't seen anything to do with this so far. Let's have a look back in here. We did see versions, but I think this was for APK tool. Version info. SDK info. Min version, target version. So 3.17. Nice. Yeah, I must have just missed that earlier when we were looking at this. So we've got the email data is stored, which I still haven't seen anything to do with that. The app used to check memory usage and the phone directory structure being saved to a file. So let's close that. Yeah, we did look through all of these classes and I didn't see anything to do with those. Let's just give it a quick... No, I don't think this is view. No, I think this is just creating that new APK we saw earlier. Yeah. Okay, class C. Nothing interesting there, class E. Get call state. File input stream. File input stream. Let's see what the question was about. Victims, phone folders, but I don't see any kind of file path in here, so I don't think it's going to be this. File.getName. Okay, maybe it is. But I don't see it telling us where those files are actually going if it is that. So maybe not. This could just be something else. Let's have a look at this really long one again. Stream service. I think we looked at this earlier, right? Yeah, this was for the C2 file reader, buffer reader. Could be something to do with the memory that we saw earlier. This is where we found the secondary C2. I wonder if this is where directory structure is going. So, we're looking for a file extension, which I don't see in here. Not that, that's the C2 from earlier. Config.dat, that's where we saw the primary C2. Oh, okay, these last few questions have really, really got me stuck. Oh, wait, I've just realized we haven't actually expanded A or B. So we've been looking at these classes, which are under V1, but we've been missing out on all these extra classes under A and lib. So we should probably have a look at these. What is this? System bin shell. Okay, no, I don't think that is what we're looking for. Don't think that's what we're looking for. Or that. Call log. I want to look at calls, name type, date, duration. Wait, did we have a question about calls? I think we've... No. Email data, memory usage, and directory structure. Contacts. Some kind of database. Probably not going to be that. Email databases. Okay. Email databases. 2 DB files. What are they? This email dot. So it's reading this, and then it's creating a new one, I think. Yeah, it seems like it. So email.db and email-body.db. So email.db, email-body.db. Nice. So we have 2 left. App used to check memory usage. I used 1 file to check memory usage. And the directory structure, which we're still looking for. Okay. XWrap protocol file explorer. Seems like we're on the right track. Let's just try and see what it's doing. List files. Right, new file writer, new file in this path. SD card tree.txt. Could it be that? Save to a new file. Okay, so file path is going to be data com v1 SD card tree.txt. Nice. Okay, yeah. So it must just be reading all the files it can find and then writing it to one new txt file. At least that's what I understood from that. But the question does say, oh no, yeah. So this is just the directory structure, so not the actual files, which makes sense why we saw things like get name. Is it a directory or not? So they've just written the entire phone's file structure to a txt, so they can go and see maybe what is actually on that phone. Which means we have 1 question left, which is the app used to check one. The app used 1 file to check memory usage. So this has been good, finding all these new classes that I had no idea were here. So we'll just carry on looking through these. We're looking for anything to do with memory, threads. This is cell location. This is more location stuff. This is browser bookmarks, just pulling them. This looks like, yeah, this is a GPS location again. This looks like Wi-Fi stuff. Anything interesting? Connectivity, Wi-Fi, buffer reader, streams. I mean, that could be to do there. But what is this question looking for again? It's looking for file path of a file. Okay, nothing in there. Oh, there is more down here. Some site to get the IP. System bin cat. System bin. Mem info. Mem total. Memory total. Because these are all like system utilities, right? So mem info sounds like something that's gonna grab memory. File path. So I guess proc mem info. Oh, nice. There we go. So unfortunately, this video wasn't super informative. Like I said, I've never done any kind of Android reversing before. So for me, this was a lot of trial and error. Would I say that I feel more confident after doing this? I mean, yeah, sure. Like I've learned how to use APK tool, JD GUI. I think if I was going to go away and improve to do more of this kind of stuff, I might actually want to understand, how APKs are structured, because I've just been going through essentially everything in here one by one and just reading it and looking for things that are interesting and related to the questions. So maybe, yeah, just understanding how these apps are structured would maybe mean I would know where to look a little bit faster to just get the key information. But it's been good. It's, something new, haven't done before. So it's always good to learn new things. And hopefully I won't have to do too many more of these labs in the future. Hopefully you guys learned something, even though it was quite unstructured. At least, if you got stuck on this one before, you can come back and revisit it and see how I eventually found the answers. Thanks a lot, guys, and I'll see you in the next replay video.